All right, let's jump right in and get ready for some serious deliciousness, because today we're diving into the world of Vietnamese cuisine.
Ooh, Vietnamese cuisine.
Specifically, a dish that's practically synonymous with Tet, the Lunar New Year celebration.
The Lunar New Year. A time for family, for feasting, and of course, amazing food.
Exactly. And there's one dish that really stands out during this special time, Lap Sung Trung Mui,
Oh, yeah.
Vietnamese sausage with salted egg yolks.
Yes.
We've got a YouTube video from Bep Kova, which translates to Wife's Kitchen, that takes us through the whole process of making the sausage.
Wife's Kitchen. Love it.
So first of all, for those who might not be familiar, what exactly is Lap Sung Trung Mui?
So, Lupsen Tringwei, this is not your average sausage. It is a fermented sausage, similar to Chinese lap chang, but with a beautiful twist. It's studded with salted duck egg yolks.
Salted duck egg yolks.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, they're not just there for looks. They add a richness and a unique flavor that really elevates the entire dish.
I can imagine like little golden nuggets nestled inside the sausage.
You got it.
And the video really emphasizes the importance of using fresh pork casing for this.
Yeah, absolutely no shortcuts.
No shortcuts allowed.
It's a hallmark of traditional Vietnamese cooking. You'll find that attention to detail in every step, from selecting the right cut of pork fat to the meticulous cleaning of the casings.
Speaking of pork fat, they use a specific cut called ko. What exactly is that?
Co. It refers to a particular slab of pork fat known for its exceptional flavor and texture. It's like choosing the prime rib of pork fat.
Really? Wow.
And they even sugar cure it overnight, which not only has a hint of sweetness, but also makes the fat more translucent.
So this is like next level.
Yeah,
I never would have thought to sugar cure pork fat.
it's all about building layers of flavor.
So I'm guessing all this prep work contributes to the sausage's signature taste.
Absolutely. And speaking of layers, let's move on to the other key ingredients.
Okay, hit me with the flavor bombs.
All right, so of course we've got the staple of Vietnamese cooking,
Ah.
fish sauce.
Oh, fish sauce.
It adds that savory depth that's so characteristic of the cuisine.
That umami punch.
Yes.
I love it.
Then we have a blend of spices that adds another layer of complexity. We've got Chinese 5-spice, which brings warmth and a hint of sweetness. And then we have CUC seasoning, a Cantonese blend known for its sweet and savory notes.
Okay, so we've got layers upon layers of flavors here.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how this all comes together.
And it continues with the aromatics.
Okay.
They use both fresh and fried shallots and garlic.
Wow, double shallots and garlic.
Yes.
Oh,
Which creates a depth of flavor that's simply irresistible.
makes sense.
But now, here's where things get a little mysterious.
Ooh, a mystery.
The video mentions an ingredient called Zan, but they don't really explain what it is.
Okay, so like a secret ingredient.
Yes, they mention that it's added for color. My guess is it's a natural food coloring that's used to enhance the vibrancy of the sausage and perhaps even help preserve it.
Okay.
It's common in traditional cooking to use natural ingredients for both flavor and visual appeal.
It's like they're capturing the spirit of Tat with those vibrant colors.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about those stunning salted duck egg yolks.
Right.
These seem to be the real stars of the show.
Absolutely. And their preparation is just as meticulous.
Okay.
First, they're washed with rice wine.
Wait, hold on. Why rice wine?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's likely a tradition passed down through generations.
Okay.
Some believe it neutralizes any strong eggy odor.
Interesting.
Others say it helps purify the yolks. But, whatever the reason, it shows the care and attention that goes into every detail of this dish.
I love that.
Then the yolks are briefly baked.
Okay.
This concentrates their flavor and also prevents them from making the sausage overly oily during drying.
Ah, that makes sense. So they're not just using them raw. And then those perfectly baked yolks are sliced into like wedges.
Yes.
Elegant wedges and ready to be incorporated into the sausage mixture.
It's almost like a culinary treasure hunt, uncovering those golden gems within the sausage.
I love that image.
Yeah.
So walk me through the actual sausage making process.
Okay, so the stuffing process is quite ingenious.
Uh-huh.
They actually use a pastry bag to fill the casings.
A pastry bag.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
It ensures even distribution of both the meat mixture and those beautiful egg yolk wedges.
Okay.
You want that perfect balance of flavor and visual appeal in every bite.
Talk about attention to detail.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got our perfectly stuffed sausages. What happens next?
They're carefully tied off,
Okay.
blanched in warm water,
All right.
and then pricked with a needle.
Wait, why prick them?
That's another example of that meticulous approach.
Okay.
Those tiny punctures allow steam to escape during the drying process.
Ah, so it's not just for decoration.
No, no,
It's actually really functional.
it helps prevent spoilage and ensure a consistent texture.
It's incredible how much thought goes into each step.
Right. It's like a science and a culinary masterpiece all in one.
Exactly.
And that brings us to the final and perhaps most crucial step, sun drying.
Ah, the sun drying. This is where the magic happens.
Yes.
I'm picturing rows of these beautiful sausages basking in the Vietnamese sunshine,
Yes.
their flavors deepening with every passing hour.
You got it.
So sun drying is a traditional method for lep sang trang mui.
It is. It's a slow and deliberate process that allows the flavors to concentrate and the sausage to develop its signature chewy texture.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
It seems like every step is about slowing down,
Yes.
being really intentional, paying attention to detail.
Absolutely. And it's amazing how something as simple as sunlight can transform ingredients into something so special.
I'm already getting a sense of the cultural significance behind this dish.
Absolutely. It's more than just a recipe. It's a tradition, a way of life, a symbol of Vietnamese heritage.
Okay, I am officially hooked. We've covered the ingredients, the techniques. I'm starting to understand the cultural significance.
Yeah.
But what I really want to know is, what does this amazing sausage actually taste like?
That, my friend, is a story for our next segment.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
Get ready for a culinary adventure.
I can't wait. Okay, we've delved deep into the meticulous process of making lap sung trang mui, but now comes the part I've been waiting for. The taste test.
Yes?
Paint me a picture. What's it like to actually bite into one of these sausages?
Oh, get ready for a flavor explosion.
Yeah.
So imagine this. You slice into that plump sun-dried sausage, and the first thing that hits you is the aroma.
Okay.
It's this beautiful blend of savory and smoky notes with just a hint of sweetness
Ooh.
from that sugar-cured fat and the CZ seasoning.
I'm already drooling.
And then you take that first bite, and the textures come alive.
Okay.
You get that satisfying chewiness from the perfectly dried casing, and then bam, those bursts of richness from the golden egg yolk. It's this incredible combination of savory, sweet, and a touch of spice from that five-spice blend.
It sounds like a symphony of flavors and textures.
It is. It's definitely bold and complex,
Mm.
but also incredibly balanced.
So it's not overwhelming.
No, think of it like a perfectly orchestrated piece of music where each ingredient plays its part to create this harmonious whole.
I'm starting to understand why this dish is so special for Tet.
Mm.
It's not just about the taste.
Oh.
It's about the experience, the tradition, the memories it evokes.
Precisely. Food has this amazing power to transport us,
Yeah.
to connect us to our heritage and to those we share it with.
It's true.
And Lap Skun Trung Mui embodies that perfectly.
You know, as we've been talking about this sausage, I keep thinking back to the video creator's insistence on using natural sunlight for drying.
Yeah.
Do you think that plays a role in the final flavor?
You know, it's hard to say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Traditionally, Vietnamese cooks have relied on the sun's warmth and natural airflow to dry their sausages. It's a slow and deliberate process that allows those flavors to develop fully.
It almost sounds like a ritual, a way of honoring the ingredients and the tradition.
In a way, it is. It connects us to generations past who used the same methods to create this beloved dish.
It's beautiful.
There's a certain poetry to it, don't you think?
Absolutely. And speaking of poetry, you mentioned earlier that upzen might be more than just a coloring agent.
Right.
Do you think it could actually contribute to the taste?
That's a really interesting thought.
Yeah.
We've been focusing on its visual role,
Uh-huh.
but it's entirely possible that it has subtle flavor properties as well.
I mean, a lot of natural ingredients that are used for coloring also have unique tastes.
Exactly.
Now I'm even more curious about this mystery ingredient.
Yeah.
It's like this hidden layer of flavor waiting to be uncovered.
That's the beauty of exploring traditional cuisines.
Right.
There's always something new to discover. And who knows, maybe our deep dive will inspire someone to research upzen and unlock its secrets.
I love that idea. It's like we're sending out a culinary challenge to the world.
Exactly.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
We focused on Lap is Kyung's Trang Mui as a Tet tradition, but do you think it could be enjoyed at other times of year?
That's a great question.
I mean, it's so deeply associated with Lunar New Year,
Right.
but those flavors would be welcome any time of year, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. And it speaks to the adaptability of Vietnamese cuisine.
Yeah.
Traditions are important,
Uh-huh.
but there's always room for personal preference and creativity.
You know, this whole deep dive has really opened my eyes to the world of fermented sausages.
Mm-hmm.
Lapsaksurngui is just one example, but there are so many others out there.
So many.
I'm suddenly feeling inspired to explore them all.
Me too. From Italian salami to Spanish
Oh,
chorizo,
yeah.
each culture has its own unique take on this ancient culinary art.
It's fascinating to think about how different regions around the world have developed their own methods for preserving and enhancing the flavor of meat. It's a true testament to human ingenuity.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe this deep dive will inspire some listeners to try their hand at making their own sausage at home.
That would be awesome.
That's adventurous.
It is, but there are plenty of resources out there for beginners.
True, true.
And you never know, you might discover a hidden talent for sausage making.
I have one more question about the egg yolks.
Okay?
Why do you think they bake them before adding them to the sausage mixture?
Okay.
Couldn't they just use them raw?
That's a sharp observation.
Yeah.
Remember how we talked about the importance of texture?
Yes.
Baking the yolks helps to solidify them slightly,
Okay.
which prevents them from becoming too runny or oily during the drying process.
Ah, that makes sense. It's all about creating that perfect balance of flavor and texture.
Precisely. And it highlights another key aspect of Vietnamese cuisine,
What's that?
the emphasis on harmony and balance.
Oh.
Every element is carefully considered to create a dish that is not only delicious, but also aesthetically pleasing.
It's like a culinary work of art.
Exactly. And that artistry extends beyond the food itself to the way it's presented and shared.
So how is lap sung trung mui typically served and enjoyed during Tet? Ooh. What's the cultural significance behind it?
Get ready for another fascinating chapter in our culinary journey.
Okay, we've covered the taste, the textures, even the potential secret flavors of that mystery ingredient, Zan.
Right.
But I'm dying to know, what's the cultural significance of lap sung trung mui?
Okay.
How does it fit into the whole Tet celebration?
Well, picture this. It's Tet,
Uh-huh.
and families are gathering to celebrate the Lunar New Year.
Go.
Homes are adorned with vibrant decorations,
All right.
and the air is filled with a sense of joy and anticipation.
I'm feeling the festive vibes already.
So, Lapsang Trung Mui,
Okay.
it takes center stage on the Tet feast table,
Really?
often served alongside other traditional dishes like bánh xèng, which is sticky rice cake,
Okay.
and thek to, braised pork with eggs.
So it's like a real star of the show.
It is. It's a star.
But what makes it so special for this occasion?
It's all about symbolism.
Okay.
That vibrant red color of the sausage represents luck and prosperity for the new year.
Interesting.
And those glistening golden egg yolks,
Yeah.
they symbolize wealth and abundance.
Wow, it's amazing how food can hold such deep meaning.
Isn't it?
It's not just about sustenance.
No.
It's about expressing hopes and wishes for the future.
Exactly. And lapisokin trumbui is often enjoyed as part of a shared meal, symbolizing unity and togetherness.
Uh-huh.
Families gather around the table, sharing stories, laughter, and of course, delicious food.
That sounds incredibly heartwarming.
It is.
I can almost imagine the scene. Generations gather together, savoring those unique flavors and creating lasting memories.
You're painting a beautiful picture.
And it's not just about the eating.
No.
It's about the preparation, too.
Absolutely.
Often families will make lapsuk shringmu together in the weeks leading up to Tet. It's a time for bonding, sharing skills and recipes passed down through generations.
It is. It's a tradition that really brings everyone together.
I love that. So it's like the process of making the sausage strengthens those family bonds even further.
Absolutely. And that sense of connection is really what Tut is all about.
Yeah.
It's a time to reflect on the past year, celebrate new beginnings, and look forward to a prosperous future.
You know, as we've been talking, I've been wondering about the origins of lapsang trungmuri. Do we know anything about its history?
Unfortunately, like many traditional recipes, the exact origins are a bit hazy.
Okay.
But we can speculate,
Right.
given the use of salted duck eggs,
Uh-huh.
which is a prominent ingredient in Chinese cuisine.
Yes.
There might be a connection there.
Okay.
Perhaps a fusion of Vietnamese and Chinese influences over time.
A culinary crossover.
Exactly.
That makes the story even richer.
It does.
It speaks to the dynamic nature of food cultures,
Right.
how they evolve and blend together.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that food is more than just a recipe. It's a living, breathing tapestry woven from history, tradition, and cultural exchange.
Well, I have to say this deep dive has been an absolute feast for the senses.
It has.
We've explored the ingredients, the techniques, the flavors, the symbolism, and even the history of Lapsang Trungmui,
We did it all.
and we only just scratched the surface.
We did. Vietnamese cuisine is so rich and diverse, there's always more to discover.
I'm already feeling inspired to learn more, maybe even try my hand at making some of these dishes myself.
I hope you do.
Who knows, maybe one day I'll even attempt Lapsang Trungmui.
I have no doubt you'd do an amazing job.
This has been such a fascinating and delicious journey.
It has.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Lapsang Trungmui.
It's been my pleasure exploring this with you.
And to our listeners, until next time, happy cooking.